Hey everybody, it's the guys. Both of
Both of
us.
us this time.
Both of us, yep. Told you we'd be back. We weren't splitting up for good. And today's reading is actually on Matthew 17. And Nolan is going to start everybody off, so please follow along with him.
Right, the Transfiguration, Matthew 17. 6 days later, Jesus took Peter and the two brothers, James and John, and led them up a high mountain to be alone. As the men watched as the men watched, Jesus' appearance was transformed so that his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light. Suddenly Moses and Elijah appeared and began talking with Jesus. Peter exclaimed, "Lord, it's wonderful for us to be here. If you want, I'll make 3 shelters as memorials, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." But even as he spoke, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and a voice from the cloud said, "This is my dearly loved Son, who brings me great joy. Listen to him." The disciples were terrified and fell face down on the ground. Then Jesus came over and touched them. "Get up," he said. "Don't be afraid." And when they looked up, Moses and Elijah were gone, and they saw only Jesus. As they went back down the mountain, Jesus commanded them, "Don't tell anyone that you have seen until the Son of Man has raised from the dead." Then his disciples asked him, "Why do the teachers of religious law insist that Elijah must return before the Messiah comes?" Jesus replied, "Elijah is indeed coming first to get everything ready. But I tell you, Elijah has already come. But he wasn't recognized, and they chose to abuse him. And in the same way, they will also make the Son of Man suffer." Then the disciples realized he was talking about John the Baptist.
Jesus heals a demon-possessed boy. At the foot of the mountain, a large crowd was waiting for them. A man came and knelt before Jesus and said, "Lord, have mercy on my son. He has seizures and suffers terribly. He often falls into the fire or into the water. So I brought him to your disciples, but they couldn't heal him." Jesus said, "You faithless and corrupt people, how long must I be with you? How long must I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me." Then Jesus rebuked the demon in the boy, and I left him. From that moment, the boy was well. Afterward, the disciples asked Jesus privately, "Why couldn't we cast out that demon?" "You don't have enough faith," Jesus told them. "I tell you the truth, if you had faith even as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it would move. Nothing would be impossible." Jesus again predicts his death. After they gathered again in Galilee, Jesus told them, "The Son of Man is going to be betrayed into the hands of his enemies. He will be killed, but on the 3rd day, he will be raised from the dead." And the disciples were filled with grief. Payment of the temple tax. On their arrival in Capernaum, the collectors of the temple tax came to Peter and asked him, "Doesn't your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Yes, he does," Peter replied. Then he went into the house. But before he had a chance to speak, Jesus asked him, "What do you think, Peter? Do kings tax their own people, or the people they have conquered?" "They tax the people they have conquered," Peter replied. "Well then," Jesus said, "the citizens are free. However, we don't want to offend them, so go down to the lake and throw in a line. Open the mouth of the first fish you catch, and you will find a large silver coin. Take it and pay the tax for both of us."
All right. That was Matthew 17. It's always what we start the day off with. I like reading out of Matthew. It's interesting to actually read through the life of Jesus, because before that, I had no idea what any of the things he did were like.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, I didn't know. I mean, the reading kind of still glosses over it a bit, but I thought it was interesting they mentioned Moses. Is that the same Moses? Like the Moses from Egypt Moses? The one that parted the Red Sea Moses? I don't know.
I would imagine so. I don't think there's that many people named Moses.
Because like, now I don't know. Is that story actually mentioned in the Bible here, or is
Moses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Moses.
Okay. Because in the movie The Prince of Egypt, when Moses went into the cave, like he was chasing after his sheep, and he found like the fire, the burning bush.
Oh yeah.
And God was speaking to him.
Yeah,
it's like he didn't know, but it's like It's like that was his first time ever encountering anything of the Holy Spirit. Oh no, that can't be the same Moses. Because Moses was raised by the Egyptians. Unless this is after the commandments.
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't know too much about it. That's what Bible studies are for.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure I'm wrong about everything I'm saying right now. So
you don't know.
I mean, if I am, they're probably at home like, oh man, no, they're trying to explain it to me, but I can't hear them through the video.
It's all right. We don't know too much. We're like we said, it's the first time.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we're here to learn.
Exactly.
And we're hoping that you guys will learn too.
Exactly. And that's a good learning point where you guys can comment on our video and help us out and just let us know if you guys know any more about that, since we're both wondering. Give us a little more background, or actually where to find Moses in the Bible or wherever. Anyways, I guess we can sign off now.
Yep. Tune in for more videos, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. You guys take care.